And welcome inside the Rowdy Studios with our friend Bob Pockrass of Scene Daily. My name is Bass Masters. That's Buzz Cutler. We're talking about crew chiefs today, Bob. And the first question for you is...
The crew chiefs that are in or the crew chiefs that are out?
The ones that are out. Can you name the 5 guys that have been let go so far this year?
You gotta do it
forget about the
and we're talking like Maine because there's been a bunch, outside the top 35. So Pat Tryson, Martin Truex.
Yep.
Greg Irwin, Greg Biffle.
Yep.
Mike Shiplett, A.J. Allmendinger.
Yes, sir.
Brian Patty, Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yes, and one more, the latest.
Todd Berrier, Jeff Burton.
You are the best,
Well
Bob
done, Pockrass. So the question is, which of those guys was most deserving of losing their job, and which of those guys was least deserving, if any, of losing their job?
His job.
That's a tough one. I would say most deserving would be Mike Shiplett and A.J. Allmendinger.
Really?
For the reason that they seem to have gotten to a point and then stalled, and they had never gotten any higher. They had never won a race together. The other guys had won races with each other.
I see.
And so
you're thinking maybe the upside just wasn't ever there.
Right. I think they had done everything they could do, and you didn't see a whole lot of chances of it getting better.
So maybe the start of the year was the best that they were going to do.
Well, and they did a great job together for the last year and a half. But I think, at some point, I think people think, well, AJ needs to win.
Right.
And if Mike's not the guy to get him there, maybe somebody else can.
But I almost got the impression, though, that it just so happened that Greg Irwin became available, and if Greg Irwin hadn't become available, Mike Shiplett would still be in that job.
Maybe, but I just think that of all the ones, Barrier and Burton had made the chase. They hadn't won, but they had come close to winning last year. They should have won last year. You had
Montoya
and Patty had won.
On a road course, Bob, that doesn't count.
Tryson and Truex hadn't won.
Tryson and Truex hadn't won, and they had struggled a lot. But, you also talk about a big transition of two new guys to a new organization.
Right, so you got to give them a little leeway.
And Tryson obviously has won races in the past.
Right.
And the other one was Greg Irwin and Greg Biffle, and obviously they had won races together. So that's why I maybe would say, well, Mike Shiplett and A.J. Allmendinger kind of made the most,
Splitting them up made the most sense.
Yeah.
All right, now on the flip side, who would you think should have gotten a little more time together as a tandem? Maybe pulling the plug a little too early.
I would say Tryson and Truex. Even though that one looked like it was going nowhere, they're just such, they're both so smart, and they both had proven themselves in the past. It was sort of an early trigger, but then I'm like, well, how much longer are you really going to go?
Well, and the other thing is, I think sometimes you look at how guys are running compared to their teammates to get a sense for a baseline of like, how are we doing as a team? Because if the whole organization is behind, the front end geometry is off, let's say, and we're building race cars like X and it's not working, there's no crew chief driver combination that's going to fix that. There's no setup that's going to fix that. So it's like if you're at Roush and you see Greg Biffle and he's not running at parity with Carl Edwards and Matt Kenseth, then maybe you say there's a problem on the team, or something that we need to change. And that maybe is where, is David Rudiman running that much better than Martin Truex Jr.?
No, not
was he with Pat Tryson with this as a crew chief?
But it seems like these crew chief firings, or whatever you want to call them, fall into 2 different categories. Performance issues like Barrier and Burton, and then personality conflicts like what we've heard about Irwin and Biffle, or what we've heard about Tryson and Truex. Those are personality conflicts as opposed to performance issues.
Well, and
those are related.
Yeah, because when things are going well,
like hell,
you like each other. Exactly.
It's just like money in a marriage, Bob. Just like money in a marriage.
Just like what?
Money in a marriage.
Oh.
You can have a lot of conflict about money, Bob. Not that I have it, but
not that any of us would have it.
No.
Right?
We have marriages, but no money.
So
you don't.
Okay.
I didn't mean to sidetrack.
No, Bob's not going there.
Did you make anything over Mike Dillon's statement about Barrier being let go, that there was a good bit of pressure from the sponsor on that side, or was that just to be expected when?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Burton and Caterpillar had signed for what, another year or two or earlier this year.
Yep.
So I think, hey, you want to give them the best. You need to show them that you're committed to that. And obviously you can't get rid of Burton, right? Because you just signed him. So not that they would consider getting rid of him, but I mean, obviously the one change that you can make to kind of appease everybody is the crew chief.
That's more or less what he said. All right, that's Bob Pockrass of SceneDaily.com talking crew chiefs right here on the Rowdy stage.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.